John Bull a little quick to get in the air. And for the third consecutive game this year, the Knights win the tip with Themis Folks at the point. Florida A&M 0-2, losses to South Florida and Kennesaw State to begin the season. Folks up top, gets into the paint. A little turnaround is good. Good start for Themis Folks.
Great start for Themis Folks, and his ability to catch that on the move, that's called a stampede catch and dribble. As you're running, as you're catching the ball, kind of a thing that European basketball actually made famous about 10 years ago and has trickled down to the States.
Got a glimpse of the FAMU starters, 3 juniors and 2 seniors in the starting lineup.
On the basketball court, people had a long NBA career.
Great run with the New York Knicks, played in the NBA Finals. Jamichael Stillwell right in front of the FAMU bench steps out. Kugel open 3. That's what he's done so far through the first couple of games.
He's just smooth, and he just knows how to play. And teams are going to have to figure out different ways to guard him because so far nobody's been able to figure out a way to slow Riley Kugel down.
Jeremy Fumena in off the UCF bench with a little baby hook.
I think that could become a pressure release threat for UCF's offense. Jeremy Fumena ducking in, establishing position because of all the shooters on the three-point line. It was a good example there of keeping it simple and just making a quick, efficient play.
Jaquan Sanders rejected by Burks. That leads to an opportunity for Riley Kugel. There's a block for Burks. Johnson got an opportunity in that game and made the most of it.
And there's another player to keep your eye on, number 11 for UCF, Carmelo Pacheco, who's just starting to get back into a rhythm after not being completely healthy during the summer. And I just said about Pacheco about getting healthy, getting back into a rhythm. You could say the exact same thing for Devin.
Fumena played with Kugel last season at Mississippi State. Started his college career at Rhode Island. Walls up on Dalama. Unable to cash in on either of those free throws. Folks loses the handle. 2-on-1, Knowles behind the back. Washington with a flush. Anthony Knowles, the freshman. Slick pass to set up Caleb Washington. Back-to-back buckets for FAMU. Johnson all the way in, walled up by Dalama. A lot of contact, but no whistle. Bolden right up into Pacheco. Elijah Holsaway comes back to block the shot.
That was a good job of sprinting back in transition, not giving up on the play, and timing it up perfectly.
Beal from the corner. Cashes in on an open 3. Terrific shooter.
Way different than just being out for a month or 2 months. I couldn't even imagine stepping back on the court, the amount of rhythm that you lose. Speaking of rhythm, late in the clock, the ball's in Riley Kugel's hands, and you don't have a hand up, it's going in.
Stillwell,
nice
terrific pass. Chris Parker from the right corner. UCF 5 of 6 from three-point range.
They really need to get Shirley going.
Palmer on the baseline. Parker and Stillwell shut that down. Shirley spinning on Stillwell. Palmer to the corner. First open look FAMU's had from distance, and Jordan Chapman buries it.
And it came from a paint touch and an extra pass. That was the best ball moving possession of FAMU in this first half.
First 3 of the game for the Rattlers. Stillwell, hard spin. Just gets it to crawl over the front of the rim.
Well, Tyler Shirley has just not been able to get it going. As Burks with a breakaway slam.
For the Knights, Jordan Burks at 6'9", using his length to steal the pass and take it the distance. All the way, nice drive.
Tough move.
Popped out for Taylor. Burks at the other end, his second dunk.
May I say something briefly about that dunk?
You can be as verbose as you'd like to be.
Oh, thank you. Great word. I think 5 years ago that would have been called a tech of Jordan Burks hanging on that rim, and I'm really glad. And doesn't hang. He's going to land at a very awkward angle, but because he's allowed to swing back, referees just it was by rule, but they called that tech way too quickly in years past.
Johnson the steal, Folks with the layup. You're saying there's been an officiating point of emphasis,
yes,
to allow that to happen.
In the last 2 years, they've slowly started to let some of those go and just play on, because most of the time it's not a player showboating or trying to shove it in the face of an opponent. You have to hang on the rim for a literal athletic purposes so you can land appropriately. I'm really surprised that you didn't say anything about my lack of athleticism during that dunk conversation.
I don't always have to criticize you.
Assumed you were contractually obligated.
I like to mix it up and keep you on your toes. Chris Johnson with a steal and the finish. Johnson
2 rebounds and 2 assists, and there's a chance that if he doesn't solidify himself as becoming the 6th man, I mean, Chris Johnson is going to
for a team that steps on the thing. Burks had his pass stolen away by Caleb Washington. 2-on-1, Folks falls down. These are invaluable moments in the non-conference. Cambridge puts it on the deck. Pacheco, a 3 from the wing is good. That's the 6th first half 3 for UCF. Washington, step back on Fumena. Folks pulls it down, looking to run.
Coach Ward did not like that shot at all.
Fumena with an uncontested dunk off the Folks miss.
He's lifting up. And then Folks on the fast break with Fumena cleaning it up. FAMU, get a culture thing for that program.
His dad was a quarterback at FAMU. Ward was born at FAMU Hospital as DeLama gets the bucket inside. Ward said when he was hired, Antonio Baker Jr. with a miss. Knights 3-on-2. Chance to add one more before halftime. It's a Pacheco 3. Now 10 turnovers for UCF. DeLama unable to finish initially, but stuck with it.
We're going to find you.
DeLama, nice pass to the corner. Shirley knocks down the open 3.
That's a good sign for FAMU because Shirley is a gifted offensive scorer. They need to find him more looks on those swing passes.
Kugel off balance in the lane. Karam's out to Folks.
Good block.
Now Burks went up, came down with the ball. Washington. In the corner, there's Knowles with a 3. .80 run for FAMU, and a couple of 3s for the Rattlers. Cut it down to 22. Cole, easy on the backside. Maybe the easiest bucket he gets all year. Washington comes down with it for FAMU. But one of the themes, if you look at this transfer class for UCF, positional versatility is certainly something that stands out, whether it's Kugel, who has the and one there.
Stillwell in that mix as well. He's not just this back-to-the-basket guy who has to guard bigs all the time. Coach Dawkins will tell you, we're fine offensively. I think we're taking good shots. I think our offense is good. And put up 93 points, 95 points, you're good. Defensively is where he's looking for the right lineups.
Johnson with the steal and the throw ahead to Kugel.
Intelligent player and an unselfish player is you make a defensive play for yourself.
And you got it to 22. UCF has responded with a 7-0 run. As the shot clock runs down, there's DeVere Palmer. Cambridge from the corner.
And I really believe that as Themis Folks gets more comfortable handling the ball and cutting down turnovers,
I think Cambridge is a guy who could average between 10 and 14 a game. Now, I don't know that he's someone you're necessarily going to go to when you need a bucket if Kugel's not out there. But I think Cambridge is a guy who's got a lot of potential to be in that kind of team scoring range for UCF, low teams.
Well, you know who's trying to figure that out right now? A different team in the Big 12 is Kansas. Is who outside of Darren Peterson, who's going to compete for National Freshman of the Year, is going to score for Kansas? That's an issue for the Jayhawks right now that Coach Bill Self's trying to get resolved. It's just so smart. He's just so smart.
3 for 3 from three-point range for Riley Kugel. And after a little burst from FAMU, 3 gets it back to a 28-point lead. Knowles hits his second 3 in as many possessions. The freshman Folk sets up Burks in the corner. A lot of traffic in that area. Pacheco, that's a deep 3, but he's got that kind of range.
Oh my word. He's back. He's reloaded.
Pacheco, wide open corner 3. That's like a layup for him. Along with Holsaway, Pacheco, Beal, and Cambridge. Beal creating his own offense up and around Baker.
It doesn't matter. It's how perfect are you going to be to his standards on the defensive end.
Back-to-back buckets for Beal. That time he knocks down a 3. I wouldn't call it a sprint, nor would I call this a scorer's table.
Oh, excuse me. Just get distracted by the alarming sounds. They really try to punish you down low. What the Llama is going to have to be, he's going to have to play, he's going to have to play a perfect game in that matchup.
Kugel with the drive. FAMU's got a long break. They play Georgia on Monday, and then they don't play again until December 2nd at Jacksonville. Cambridge up ahead with the schedule that Johnny Dawkins has put together.
These are really important minutes for John Bull. He needs to show.
Shot clock at 5. Pooh lost the handle.
Got to give yourself about 1 minute to get in the flow of the game before you try to take someone off the bounce when you've been cold for that long. The crowd wants it, though, Austin.
John Bull off the screen and roll. Score it plus the foul.
Important minutes for Bull.
The pass deflected, stolen away by Washington. Back-to-back layups for Amir Rahman. Pooh, free throw line jumper is good. Pooh Bear finds a pot of honey as we approach a minute remaining. Now 16 points in his UCF career. Anthony Knowles with a 3. Likely the last offensive possession here for UCF. They try and get Zach Johnson a shot. Pooh on the baseline, forces it up. Bull rebounds and sticks it back in. Charlie Ward still looking for his first win as a college head coach, but it'll come. A lot of potential with this team as they head towards SWAC play. Handshake from Johnny Dawkins.